After collecting new magical items for your journey ahead, you all leave Phandelver and begin moving towards Cragmaw Castle, taking the time to attune to magical items before departing. Based on the time of day you all leave Phandelver, you judge that you will arrive on the outskirts of Cragmaw Castle by nightfall.
Should we be infiltrating the castle at night? We would be in unfamiliar territory. If they are running patrols, they may get the jump on us.
As long as we're sneaky, we shouldn't have to worry about that. Going in the cover of night gives us an advantage. Plus, with our new magical gear, we should handle this easy. No player deaths, period.
I got this rapier of warning now, too. We can't be surprised while I'm in charge. We got this shit in the bag, my guy.
Who said you're in charge?
Me, because I'm the one kicking everyone's ass whenever shit goes sideways. You all would be chop suey without me.
Getting a little big for your britches there, Joe. Take it back a couple steps.
Plus, my baby's going to hatch soon. Ikins feels it. And when it's borns, it will be all roar and protects its daddies.
That's the last thing we need, is a dragon hatching while we're in Cragmaw. We'll have to put down a gaggle of goblins, bugbears, and orcs, and we don't need to put a dragon hatchling into the mix. You sure I can't turn that thing into scrambled eggs, Droop?
I swears to gods, Donald, if you get anywhere near me or Ms. Babies, I will punch you straight in the testicles.
Look, I'm doing you a favor.
Enough, we don't need to rehash this again. So what's the plan, guys? Are we just kicking in the front door?
I think we need to send Joe in to scout around for a good point of entry. I can't speak for my dexterity, so a scouting party might be best. Once we find a good angle of attack, we can head in. I would not rely on my ability to be stealthy unless any of you can use magic to make me quiet some way. I plan on being front and center to take the brunt of the blows.
We need a really cool code name for this raid on Cragmaw. I don't know, maybe Operation Dwarven Gold or Project Cragmaw?
I votes to call us Team Kickass.
No, man, I'm saying for this quest we're doing, not a team name.
I think that was a great idea, George. I don't think we're going to get much further in planning with these two dinguses, though.
After traveling for most of the afternoon, you all make it to the outskirts of Cragmaw Castle on their western side. The sun has set in the Neverwinter Wood, and a small amount of light can be seen coming from the castle. The castle consists of 7 crumbling towers of different sizes and heights, but the upper stories are all in varying states of collapse. A short flight of steps leads up to a terrace in front of the main entryway. Past the wreckage of a pair of sundered doors lies a shadowed hall. Round towers loom over the entranceway, with dark arrow slits looking down on the terrace.
All right, Joe, like we talked about, you should go up and scout ahead. Maybe go around the outside and see where else we can enter the castle from. The front entrance is right there, but that's what they'll be expecting.
Got it. By the way, Droop and I settled on a name. We're going to call this Operation Kick-Ass because we're going to kick some Cragmaw ass. Isn't that right, Droop?
Hells yes, my guys. I give Joe a high five.
I return the high five and say, Operation Kick-Ass is a go, as I run stealthily off towards the castle, humming the Mission Impossible theme song in my head. I'm going to go along the outside, keeping an eye out for patrols nearby to stay hidden from them.
All right, Joe, go ahead and give me a stealth check with advantage since you're doing this at night. Also, give me a perception roll to keep an eye out for enemies.
Oh, baby, that's a crit on my stealth check. From my perception, I got a 13, so not super great there.
Great. You begin to move around the outside of the castle, clockwise. You pass a tower that does have some glowing lights coming from the arrow slits. You see movement of shadows inside of those rooms. Just as you make your way to another tree, a chill goes down your spine as your new weapon hums and alerts you as a group of bugbears pass right in front of you. Due to your high stealth roll, they didn't see you. They continue to go east along the castle.
Oh, shit, that was a close one. I want to tail behind these bugbears and see where they're off to.
All right, you follow them a healthy distance away. They pass another tower and then start to move towards the castle itself. This group begins towards a ruined tower that is covered in rubble on the outside. However, you quickly find that they enter the castle through a hidden canvas door. It seems to be a hidden entrance.
Oh, baby. Daddy's found our back door, boys.
You all successfully sneak around to the hidden entrance to Cragmaw Castle with the help of Joe's guidance. You come across the hidden canvas door and pull it side and carefully make your way inside of the castle. This tower has almost completely collapsed, although the ground floor still has a little open space. Rotting crates and ancient barrels show that provisions were once stored here. A heavy curtain blocks a crumbling area to the south, and an intact door leads east. To the north, a short passage through the rubble ends before a screen of canvas, which is where you just came from.
I thank Joe for leading us this far, but I think it's best that I take the lead from here. I'm going to, as quietly as possible, start making my way south towards that curtain slowly.
Everyone give me a stealth check for sneaking around Cragmaw.
That's a 3. I told you all I was going to whiff it.
I got a 21.
That's a 14.
I got a 10, not as bad as George, but still rough.
I got an 18. I'm a sneaky gobbo.
George, your clunky armor does you no favors. You will most definitely alert anyone you run into around Cragmaw, especially the group of 3 bugbears you come across when you open that curtain going south. They point and yell at you all, "Wait a second! You're not a part of the crew! Get 'em, boys! Everyone roll for initiative."
I got a 20. Let's go, baby.
I rolled a 12.
13.
I got a 3. I swear I always stink at initiative rolls.
I rolled a 10.
2 of the bugbears charge at you, George. They let out loud battle cries as they bring their large morning stars down on you. You raise your shield up, and the blows of their weapons bounce off of your magical shield. You notice that it has a little more push back to it. The bugbears look stunned at this. Droop, it's your turn.
I'm going to say I know these bugbears, and they used to pick on me and steal my copper pieces from me and smush my worms. I'm going to get into a position where I can see them and yell out, "Hayes, assholes, remembers me? This is for crushing my snacks," and shoot at the closest one to me that is attacking George twice using my Dread Ambusher feature. 28 on the first attack and 13 on the second. With the extra damage die on the first attack, I deal 18 piercing damage. I'm guessing the 13 missed.
You would be right, but you nail the first one with an awesome attack, punching an arrow into its chest. It looked bewildered and says, "Little Droop, I thought you were dead." The third bugbear takes their turn and charges at Barak, and with a vicious yell brings their morning star down on him. It makes contact with you, bashing you in the shoulder for 11 piercing damage. Don, it's your turn.
I've been waiting to use this. I'm going to cast a scorching ray on each of these bugbear asshats. I get to pick 3 targets with this spell, which is baller as hell. I'm going to be attacking them left to right, so first on the one on Barak, and then the other 2 that are on George. Fuck, 11 to hit on the first. Shit, 12 on the second. Why is this happening? 9 to hit on the third. What is this bullshit? What did you do to my dice, Ben?
I didn't do anything. You just rolled like crap. In your haste to try out your new spell, you underestimate the kickback from the spell and just shoot a flurry of scorching rays around the room, giving a neat light show for the bugbears who remain unharmed from your wasted second-level spell slot. Is there anything else you wanted to miss this turn, Don?
Fuck this. No, I'm done with this stupid-ass turn. Fucking bullshit.
All right, Joe, it's your turn.
Let me show you how to actually deal some damage, Don. I get Birdo zoomies and run around to get near to attack the bugbear on Barak. 19 to hit for 6 piercing and 7 from sneak attack for a total of 13 damage.
You put a nice rapier-sized hole in this bugbear as blood dribbles down his front. He lets out a roar your way. Barak, it is your turn.
I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself. That gives me 10 temp HP. Icy armor coats my body as I look towards the bugbear, giving him a wicked grin and say, "Is that all you got?"
The bugbear lets out a scream and patiently waits for its turn to try and kick your ass. George, it's your turn.
I'm going to attack the bugbear closest to my allies with Talon. That is 18 to hit for 11 slashing damage.
That one would have been the one Droop already hit. It's enough to take it down. How do you do it, George?
I take Talon and slash across its chest and then use my shield to bash it, sending it flying back into some of the ruined tower rubble.
We're back at the top of the track with the bugbear in front of you, George. Seeing the amount of armor and your crazy shield, he sidesteps you, not leaving your threat range to get in close towards Joe, and attacks him instead. He critically fails his roll, and when he goes to swing his Morningstar, he actually miscalculates his swing, and it goes flying off over Joe's head and into rubble beyond, leaving the bugbear unarmed. He starts to look panicked. Droop, it's your turn.
I'm going to attack the bugbear who just yeeted his Morningstar and yell, "No mercies for assholes like yous, Terry," and shoot him with my short bow. I forgot I have spells, so I cast Hunter's Mark on Terry. 25 to hit for 9 piercing damage and an additional 4 damage from Hunter's Mark after re-rolling damage on it using my Piercer feat. I'm not keeping a 1, so 13 damage in total.
Your arrow thunks into this bugbear, whose name is apparently Terry, and says, "What the hell, Droop? I only stole your lunch 3 times, and this is how you repay my kindness? I could have taken more, you little bugger."
I blow raspberries at Terry and call him a stinky buttface.
All right, the other bugbear takes his turn, seething with anger towards Barak, and goes to attack him. He hits you, dealing 9 damage, but your Armor of Agathis strikes back at the bugbear, dealing 10 cold damage to him. Frost covers his fur as he lets out a snarl of frustration. It doesn't look like much will finish this guy off. Don, it's your turn again.
I'm still salty about my last turn, so I'm just going to use a stupid-ass firebolt on the bugbear who just attacked Barak to finish it off so I can feel like I'm doing something. That is 24 to hit for 4 stupid fire damage.
That's enough, Don. How do you kill this thing?
I shoot the bolt at it lazily and it hits him right in the face, and he falls over backwards like a stiff 2x4.
He falls down into the rubble with the other bugbear. Joe, it's your go.
I'm gonna shank the last boy with my magical rapier. That's a 17 to hit for 10 piercing damage and 7 sneak attack damage, so 17 damage in total to this fuzzy boy.
And that's enough. How do you end the fight, Joe?
I'm getting more cocky with every combat, so I'm gonna power up my attack by spinning in a circle and slashing this guy across the neck and spraying the room with blood and give a victory. Squall!
With the last bugbear defeated in this section of the castle, you get a good look around. There's another canvas to the south, a door to the west and east. The western wall north of the door is crumbling, but would be difficult to scale into the next room over.
I want to take us through the west door. I'm going to do the most insane thing I can think of and attempt to open the door without checking it for traps or inspecting it for an hour.
George, you're a madman!
Excellent. The door's unlocked and is not trapped. You open it to reveal the next room. This high, narrow hall looks as if it might have been part of a chapel or shrine at one time. Angelic figures are sculpted along the room's upper reaches, looking down on the floor below. To the north, heavy curtains block a matching pair of archways. Between the archways is a cracked but ornately carved stone brazier.
I look at the angelic figures. What god are they in reference to?
Roll me a religion check.
I rolled a 14.
Looking at the figures, you can see there are 4 distinct figures that resemble Ogma, the god of knowledge, Maestra, goddess of magic, Lathander, god of dawn, and Timora, goddess of luck. It is clear to you that the builders of this castle were human based on the gods that were being worshipped here upon its construction.
Wow, way to threaten us with an empty room, Ben. I thought you said you were going to try and kill us in Cragmaw. All you sent our way was the Mo, Larry, and Curly version of bugbears, and they couldn't even hit George.
I'm going to take the lead here, George. Since the room is clear, I want to carefully sneak up to the curtains ahead and peek behind them. So giving you a stealth roll for that gets me a 14.
You sneak up to the curtain and peek behind it. You see some kind of dimly lit altar room. There are 3 goblins kneeling and praying before the altar. They seem like they have not noticed your presence.
I turn back to the party and quietly give them military-style hand signals to indicate what I see in the room, but I don't actually know any hand signals. So I'm doing a bunch of gestures that I think mean something, but is probably just idiotic gibberish to the rest of the party.
When you do that, a large snake-like creature with a sharp beak at its head with protruding tentacles falls from the ceiling and attempts to latch onto your head. Your rapier of warning hums, and you instinctively sidestep the creature and prepare your weapon. Everyone, please roll for initiative.